Okay, so today we're going to be going on a road trip. So in a road trip, some basic things that accompany that is you need to start your vehicle and start moving, and you also need to be able to stop it. So we're going to translate this into sailing, but first what we're going to do is we're going to cover points of sail briefly so that you have an understanding of what I'm talking about. Okay? So first, at the top is irons. So your sail is flapping, and it should sound something like that. And then halfway between 90 degrees to the wind and irons is close hauls, and then 90 degrees is beam reach, and then down at the bottom, broad reach, and then you have a run when you're going right with the wind. So the first means of starting your boat is when you're in irons. So when you're in irons, what you want to do is pump your way out of irons and then pull in your sail. And then when you're not in irons, you just want to pull in your sail, maintaining same positioning with your rudder. Then with stopping, for stopping in irons, you just sail up into irons, making sure that you don't sail past irons, otherwise that would be attack, and letting your sail go, so that it sounds like this again. And then when you're not going into irons, just letting your sail go. So quickly, I'm going to demonstrate what that should look like. So first I'm going to start with moving your boat in irons. So you're going to want to pump your way out of irons, and then hand over hand sheets in, and then to stop and go up into irons, you're going to push away and then let your sail go. And then with starting when you're not in irons, you just pull it in hand over hand sheeting so that you maintain control and don't lose it. And then to stop, just letting it go. So what I'm going to do with you guys now is I'm going to get one of you guys to sit on the bench and then the rest of the group to walk you through the process. So, any volunteers?
I'm happy to
Okay.
give instructions.
So there's your tiller. And here's your main sheet. So what do you want to be doing to pull in? That's right. We'll say that you're starting out of irons. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I'm...
Yes, pumping your way out.
Yeah.
And what does she do next?
Pull with your sail.
Perfect.
Hand over hand.
Yeah.
Go, Mom,
You're a pro.
Okay. And then now you want to stop, and you want to stop in irons. So anybody want to walk her through?
You head up into irons?
Yes.
So you pump your way into irons?
Or just
you
push away
push
because
your
you
way?
already have speed. But you're exactly correct.
And then let your sail out.
Yes. Bungee cord. So then, now that you're stopped, we're going to say that you're not in irons now. So how do you want to start if you're not in irons? Anybody want to walk me through? So
You guys look at me. You head. Wait, so where are you?
So you're not in irons,
Oh,
so
yeah,
you're on
okay.
a close haul course, or say beam reach,
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
And all you want to do is just pull in your sail,
Yeah.
maintaining the same positioning of your tiller, because that'll just keep you on the same course. And now you want to stop without sailing up into irons. That will push you up into irons because you're pushing away or into
Okay,
attack.
so I want to just...
You just want to maintain the same
Let your
tiller
sail out.
movement without moving it away or towards you, and just letting yourself.
Okay.
So who wants to go next? We'll do one last volunteer.
Okay.
No.
Woo, this is so realistic. What is this? I
Okay.
can't even sit on this.
So this time, just to mix things up a bit, we'll say that you're starting and you're already moving and you want to stop in irons. What do you want to do for that? Push away, perfect. And then after pushing away, dropping. Nice. Okay, so now that you're in irons and your sail's flapping, like so, right here, we're going to say you want to start out of irons. So what do you want to do for that? Pump your way out, and then hand over hand sheeting. Perfect. Looks like you guys are getting the hang of it. So now that you're going, we're going to say you want to stop without sailing into irons. Perfect. And just remember not to let
Actually
go
let
of
it
your let go of your main sheet, otherwise you might lose a little bit of control. Okay, so now that you're stopped and you're not in irons, how do you want to start? Yes, hand over hand sheeting, and then off you go, and then until you stop, and until you start again, and hopefully you don't end up in the drink. So now what I have for you guys, we'll see how our time's doing. I have a few questions for you. So we'll divide these up. Here's 2 questions. Here's 2 questions. Here's 2 questions. So what I'm going to get you guys to do is, one at a time, individually, read out your question, and then as a group, we'll answer them if you don't have the answers to it. And I can also help out with that process. So Abby, would you like to go first?
What are some benefits to stopping without sailing into irons?
So, stopping without sailing to irons. So any ideas? Yes?
It's easier to start up.
Yes. Because all you need to do is pull instead of having to pump your way out. So it's also a lot faster. Catherine, do you want to read your next one?
How do we start when not in irons?
Okay. So, I guess we kind of covered that.
Hand over hand.
Hand over hand
Yeah.
sheeting. And remembering to maintain your tiller so that you don't sail up into irons until you have speed, and then you can start heading up.
What does your sail look like when you're stopped?
Okay.
And it's luffing.
Yes. So it's
Good
luffing,
demonstration.
and it should sound like that,
Abby, just
and look like that.
My dad's getting it.
That's okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Do you have your next one?
Why might you need to stop?
Okay.
Many different reasons, so that you don't
The race.
safety.
So you don't kill
Safety.
anyone.
Okay, so you don't kill anyone.
To rescue somebody.
Okay, to rescue somebody.
Oh yeah.
Mainly
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
What
In
is
the
it?
kitchen.
No.
A little burpee. So to say your partner's fallen out of the boat, you want to come pick them up. Why else?
To go into the
Yes.
To go back into port.
So when you're going back into the harbor
yeah.
and you want to dock, you want to stop so that you don't end up hurting other people around you or other objects such as people's boats that they might be particularly particular about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have another question?
Oh yeah, somewhere. What are some disadvantages to stopping in irons?
Any ideas?
It's harder to get out of irons.
It's harder to get out of irons. Another thing with when you're in irons, the boat tends to be a little bit tippier because you have equal current as well as wind traveling on both sides. So you don't have the stability of the wind still passing over your sail on one side more than the other side. So that's also another disadvantage. Last question.
What is the fastest way to stop?
Any ideas?
Going into irons.
Yes. And so when you're sailing up into irons, it allows you to stop faster because it's head-on current and wind, which also allows your boat to stop if you push the sail out. So you might start doing that as you move up through your levels. You might start doing some other variations on that. But that pretty much wraps up our lesson on starting and stopping. So through our lesson we've covered starting using irons, starting out of irons and starting on any other point of sail. And we've also covered using irons to stop and also stopping when not using irons. So thank you for your patience and attention, and we'll move on to our next activity.